Hey, this is a great talk by Rodney Howard-Browne. If you go to my Grandpa Honesty Guy YouTube channel and find the playlist called We Must Examine Ourselves, you can find this recording. It's quite long, but it has so many details about the governments of the world, the money powers, and things like that. This is an educational treatise delivered to believers in God to try to help them understand that a lot of what's going on with them emotionally in the political world is rigged. It's actually emotional deception, getting caught up in secondary things so you're not paying attention to things that are primary. And he does lean a bit too far into declaring that Christians need to rise up and push the government around when the early disciples would say, that's all under the power of the evil one. A friend of ours from Norway laughed about the whole abortion thing. She said in Norway, it's like completely ordinary. And to try to fight might have some merit to it. But the real program is being communion groups that multiply like bunny rabbits, that become the loving families that blow other people away. Now check this out on the AMA.
You know, there's two companies in America that harvest body parts. From one human being, they can get 200 pieces. A lot of money to be made. Kidneys, livers, lungs. The medical profession is totally corrupted. When they're not really even trying to heal people. They just let you live with your disease until you die. The moment your insurance runs out, you're finished. How do we use 70% of the world's drugs in America? Would you think, coming to America, that America uses 70% of all the drugs of the world is used here? Would you think that? Wouldn't you think we would be healthy with all the technology? Wouldn't you see this would be the most healthiest place to live? But we use 70% of the world's drugs. How's that happen? Maybe because there's a big money to be made in drugs. If you know what happened at the founding of the AMA Association 100 years ago, was to stop natural medicine and put it out of business. And they were funded through the Rockefeller Foundation to shut down every natural means of getting people healthy. This whole thing is what I said, it's 100 years old. We're dealing with the fruit of it right now. And everybody wants to attack Obama or Bush or Clinton, and all of them have their part to play in just acquiescing to what's going on. All of them have their part to play. We're not letting them off the hook. But let me tell you, it don't matter who you get in 2016. Are you listening to me? Because he's going to come up against the same system that's in place. And you can promise the moon, but can't deliver because the system is in place. The system has to be dismantled. The system has to be taken apart right at the very roots. I was talking to a bishop of a large church in the inner city in Cherry Hill, Maryland. We did a crusade right there. And he said, I served as a board member of one of the major hospitals in the city. And he said, I had to resign because they kept talking about bed occupancy. And they kept talking about, said, we have to get rid of the doctors that won't operate. We have to get rid of them. We only want doctors that'll operate. We want doctors that'll operate for anything. Doesn't matter if it's small, just say they need operation so we can have bed occupancy. That is what's happening. That's a microcosm of what's happening all across America. Somebody said they wouldn't do it. Oh, okay, Kool-Aid. There's a Kool-Aid table outside. You can get it. They're doing it. They're doing it. Okay, well, we should do nothing about it. Okay, go build your nice little church. Go write your nice books. Go appear on television. Do nothing about it. That's fine. Well, I don't want to hear this, Brother Rodney. I don't want to hear this. Okay, that's fine. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. No more, no more, no more. There's the doors. Don't let the doors hit you where the good Lord split you. I'm not changing the message, and I'm not going to be quiet. Not for anything in the world. You don't have enough money to shut my mouth. I'm not here to be popular. I'm not even here to be liked. I have equal amounts of likes and unlikes every day on Facebook.
So I just wanted to give that little clip of the AMA because I saw a post about some natural medicines and I wanted to toss this in. So I made this little recording. And I am going to continue to talk about if you're not gathering together with male human beings who are admitting all of their standard troubles in the physical, mystical meal of the eating of the body and the blood of Yeshua, our Savior, then the actual core of the body of Jesus Christ is not being maintained. And you can think everything's okay because there's a lot of nice things going on and a lot of learning or a lot of healing or a lot of salvations. But man, if we don't apply the maintenance atmosphere of a closed setting in a family with cheerful people saying, we get to take off the mask of the world. Okay, here's how I've been foolish. I admit my faults right now. If we're not doing that in a super regular way, I mean, 3 times a week, it looks like the early disciples were doing that every evening. That's the evening sacrifice of David, is in the evening we admit our faults and we clean up so we don't go to sleep in a way where we're susceptible to demonic activity because we go to sleep angry or we go to sleep with unconfessed sin. Anyhow, that's what I'm going to continually be bold about. He isn't bold about that. He's got boldness about many other things. So